We have a tendency to discard those things that seem imperfect. But if we take the time and look very carefully, we might just find that those very things have life. Hello, and welcome to another virtual exhibition of art here at the Center for Art and Education in Van Buren, Arkansas. Our exhibition this month is one of the found and the discovered. It is an exhibition of sculpture, pottery, and woodworking. These are three-dimensional artists. These are works of art meant to be experienced in the round, meaning there's something new and exciting from every side. Each artist is very skilled in bringing life out of the materials that they're using. Let's go ahead and meet our three artists right now.
I'm Steve Holmes.
Hi, my name is Winston Taylor.
My name's Jason Davis.
I went to the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville, was a painting major for 2 years, and I became a school teacher. I think that was God's calling for me. Being an art teacher, you get the kids that don't really fit in, and that's the part that I like. My neighbor's father died, and I inherited my neighbor's father's lathe. Kind of like my students, I like the knot holes, I like the burls, I like the twist, I like a piece that fights me back. And you take this gnarly big old chunk and you have to study it for a few days and figure out what's inside there, where the color is going to be, where the texture is going to be, where it's going to split and fall apart and come off like flying bowling balls and hit you in the chest. There's beauty inside the wood that God stuck in there.
I'm a potter. I've been making pots for over 47 years. I've done a little bit of teaching too. I taught at the River Valley Art Center in Russellville for nearly 30 years. I'm influenced by Harvey Sadow and Paul Soldner, Delphia Martinez, Don Wrights. So they've influenced me by the way they work. More lately, I've influenced by what I see around me.
I want to show that feeling of bigger than life. I'm wanting to find a primordial place in my own mind and translate those feelings and thoughts and images into the material so that I can kind of capture the reverent feeling that you get from an image. I don't like to represent things realistically.
I look for and pick up the pieces that they have a lot of stress, that things that they've suffered through. I like termites, I like borers and beetles. I like fungus and mold that's rotting into a wood. Those things can really create interest and texture in a piece for me before I get it. And it's the pieces, like the students, they have the most character, they become the most powerful piece. We're not perfect and we're not all nice straight grain stuff. Yet we try to make something out of this. So I think people identify, every novel has a conflict and a resolution. My pieces are kind of like a conflict and a resolution.
All these pieces feature tops that I love to make. I use a lot of found object wood mainly. We hike and walk around on seashores and riversides picking up interesting pieces of wood. They kind of evolve. Frequently the tops are hand-built, what we call hand-built. Hand-building means forming slabs or using plaster drape molds, and also enjoy carving the pots themselves. And several of these feature some carving. They're non-objective, patterns that I carve.
Overall form, when you look at it, you see a profile. Well, the profile is the beginning for me. I make a cut, I walk around the piece. I make another cut, I walk around the piece. It's a ritual that forces me to realize that each of those profiles have to make sense to the viewer. How can I manipulate that shape to give it drama? If you don't hit that stone in the right way, it not only could remove material you would need later, but it could also change that form, that profile that you really worked hard to get. It could ruin that in just a second.
And this year, all my other shows have been canceled. There's no place, and I've just got art just piling up in my upstairs bedroom. So this is really fortuitous for me.
Well, I hope that everyone enjoys my work. A lot of details that I hope they notice, and I hope they notice the craftsmanship.
If you see it in person, I just want you to feel comfortable around it. It is approachable. It is something that you can touch. It's meant to be touched. And I hope they enjoy it. I hope that's just something that they casually can think back and think, that was a really cool thing I saw. Maybe I could do something like that.
Thank you for joining us for another virtual art exhibition here at the Center for Art and Education in Van Buren, Arkansas. I hope you learned a little bit about pottery, sculpture, and woodworking, and perhaps you might be inspired to try your hand at it as well. If you are interested in learning more about these artists, or perhaps even purchasing a piece, please contact the Center for Art and Education in order to do that. If you're interested in becoming a member of the Center for Art and Education, we would love to have you. Please contact us in order to find out how to do that. Until next time, thank you and goodbye.